Good evening. Topping Nightcast, the war against drugs in the Bay Area. At least one city is telling drug dealers and users, enough is enough. That city is Oakland. Oakland has a big drug problem, and police are fighting back by sweeping through neighborhoods and rooting out drug dealers. Nightcast reporter Sherry Hu went along to see how it's working out.
You got it right there in the street.
They're running. Hands up high. Get up high.
That's called a chip.
So why would he run?
Well, he's on probation, number one. He probably saw the other officers, maybe some pulling up there.
We do give relief to the citizens who want to get out, walk down the sidewalk, not be harassed, intimidated by the dope dealers. And it may not be a permanent, long-range fix. We're going to have to do a lot of things, not only from the enforcement end, but other areas to solve it.
In December 1984, Oakland's police department became the first in the Bay Area to nightly target street corner dealers this way. Undercover officers buy drugs with marked money, then signal the arrest team to make the bust.
When you went over there and asked officers he was undercover, that's put you in it, pal. You know that.
You have a real tight case in the cells because it's one-on-one. Two undercover officers, really hard to get out of that.
5 years ago, the task force says marijuana sales ran rampant. More than 40% of the suspected dealers were nailed for grass. Over the years, tastes changed.
In 1989, there's a clear-cut drug of choice. According to task force statistics, 90% of the arrests are for crack cocaine.
20 or 31 advised that the guy sold the dope out of a brown Chevy.
Citizen complaints determine which streets the cops will target. Since the beginning of this year alone, the task force says it's busted close to 1,000 people for raw cocaine. 10% of those arrested are kids.
He's 13 years old. Every dope dealer that you can lock up, you've really done something. I have a small child that's growing up, and you don't want her to grow up in this drug-infested area.
We can't let the drug traffickers keep on controlling the city, which, if they had their own way, they would have.
Don't move. Let me give you some cuffs.
In Oakland, Sherry Hu, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, Nightcast.
Tonight at 11:30 on Channel 5, you'll find out how others are fighting back against the crack cocaine epidemic. Wendy Takuda and Barbara Rogers host a special live program where you'll meet police officers, crack users, even grandmothers, all of whom are waging war on drugs. It's called Crack Fighting Back. It follows Nightcast at 11:30. Jerry?
A bloodbath in the nation.
To the black communities, you know.
Some say the government could have stopped cocaine a long time ago, and they call the president's TV address bogus.
It's like a master plan. It's like he's letting so much come over here. You know, he can stop it. He can beef the border up and stop it from coming over here. It's a master plan to me.
The opinion says cocaine is part of a genocidal conspiracy against blacks. And for those who don't agree, they say,
How can you do? I mean, you can read papers and stuff and read all the statistics and think you know everything, but you don't know nothing not unless you've been there, not unless you live that life. You don't know nothing.
Whether the opinion is true or not, it is being heard more and more. In San Francisco, Wilson Van Alst, News Center 4.
Then there's this. Police in the South Bay are holding a 10-year-old boy tonight accused of raping and sodomizing at least 4 of his young playmates. The boy's being held in Santa Clara County's juvenile hall, his alleged victims ages 4 through 10. There are 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 other possible victims. Police describe their 10-year-old suspect as a manipulator.
There is some intimidation, but generally it's one of those types of incidents that's almost talking a victim into doing something.
This boy reportedly told police he got his ideas from pornographic magazines, but juvenile authorities suspect other problems. They're trying right now to determine whether the boy himself has been abused. The